certified by Weather Rates for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
Well, when it gets hot outside, what do you need? A little rain? Well, we've certainly had it here in Springfield, and boy, has that rain cut into the heat. After highs in the upper 90s, we're now looking at temperatures in the low to mid 70s across town. It's a very humid low to mid 70s. So the rain continues to fall in Springfield, but it is getting lighter and lighter by the minute. That's not the case down in Branson, where we continue to find heavy rainfall. And we had some hail falling. In fact, we had a report of half-dollar size hail out at the Landing, which if we were looking down the street, if you went on further off to the, I guess that would be off to the east, away from our bureau, you'd get to the Landing, and that's where that report occurred. Also a report of quarter-size hail. So we've had a hailstorm in the Branson area, continues to produce also very heavy rainfall and likely some street flooding in places. Here's latest radar. You can see how that storm really has been focused over the Branson-Hollister area. And it looks like it's going to be one of those kinds of storms that just has to rain itself out. It's not really moving very, very quickly. Here in the Springfield area, kind of the same deal. We had storms encircling the city of Springfield, and then as those boundaries merged, the boundaries that were being produced by all those thunderstorms, as those merged, that generated even more thunderstorm activity right on top of the Springfield area. And in that sort of scenario, the rain just kind of has to, the storms themselves just kind of have to rain themselves out. And as they pulse up and collapse, they've been producing some pockets of locally strong winds in addition to that heavy rainfall. Looking off to the southwest, you can see the cluster of storms continues to drop south now through the Aurora-Monette area. I'm sure we've had some gusty winds there, getting some very heavy rainfall and frequent lightning with that activity, but at least it's on the move. It is marching south. And I mentioned the Branson storm. We've also got a cluster of thunderstorms, strong thunderstorms, which were severe when they were making their way south into Ozark County, still producing lots of lightning, locally heavy rains and gusty winds, I'm sure, in the Mountain Home area. Where's all this coming from? Well, we have a cold front, which is dropping in from the northwest, steamy air mass out ahead of that front. And voila, we've had scattered pockets of shower and thunderstorm activity. And with those pockets of storms, gusty winds and locally heavy rainfall are possible, in addition to maybe a few locations seeing some hail. It looks like with this front being the slow-moving kind of front that it is, there's going to be additional opportunities for scattered showers and thunderstorms through tonight and tomorrow before I think it starts to shut down as we get into Wednesday. Looking at our forecast for overnight tonight, I do think clusters of storms that we're finding out there right now will tend to wind down this evening, but there still could be some additional spotty showers later on tonight. And then on Tuesday, we'll likely start the day off with mostly cloudy skies. I do think scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms will be a possibility, mainly along and south of the interstate. And toward the mid to late afternoon hours, that rain may actually focus across areas along and south of the state line. And that's probably going to be the zone that has the best shot at any isolated shower activity going into Wednesday. I think north of the state line on Wednesday, it's generally going to be a dry and mostly sunny day after some morning patchy fog. Lows tonight in the upper 60s and low 70s. Highs tomorrow, I think generally in the mid to upper 80s. Really kind of depends on how much sun we get in the afternoon. That could push temperatures closer to 90 degrees. I think on Wednesday we're looking at highs in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. And with this front pushing through, drier air will gradually build in behind that front. One of the impacts that we're going to find from that is as we knock out the humidity, that will open the door for temperatures to get cooler at night. Looks like maybe mid 60s for morning lows Thursday morning and Friday morning. Typical August heat with highs in the low 90s. Getting hotter though this weekend, and it looks like we're back in the mid to upper 90s for highs come Monday of next week. Guys?
All right.